Good evening. Welcome to South Asia Newsline. I'm Lipakshi Kurana. Here are the top stories we're tracking for you on Tuesday, the 28th of March. Security forces gun down a militant in India's Kashmir. India beats Australia by 8 wickets, regain Border-Gavaskar Trophy. An American university in Afghanistan reopens after terror attacks 7 months ago. And now for all the details. Indian security forces on Tuesday gunned down a terrorist in India's northern Jammu and Kashmir province. They've also recovered a weapon, ending the encounter which began early morning.
An encounter broke out between security forces and militants in India's northern Jammu and Kashmir province on Tuesday. The exchange of fire started as security forces began a search operation in Chadura town of Budgam district on Tuesday morning following a tip-off about the presence of militants. While one terrorist has been gunned down, one soldier has suffered injuries and 2 civilians have lost their lives.
Yeah, the encounter is over. And one militant has been killed.
Okay.
Yeah.
Casualty from security side?
One para-commando commando has been injured, yeah.
Some stone pelters had also tried to disrupt the army operation against terrorists. Security forces have launched a combing operation to sweep the area, ensuring no untoward elements are still present.
Staying on news from India, the Indian cricket team on Tuesday regained the Border-Gavaskar Trophy, beating Australia by 8 wickets in the deciding 4th test on Tuesday. India clinched one of the most controversial and hard-fought bilateral contests in recent times in Dharamshala city of northern Himachal Pradesh province.
The Indian cricket team on Tuesday completed an 8-wicket victory over Australia in northern Dharamshala city to reclaim the Border-Gavaskar Trophy. The win also brought a successful end of India's 13th Test home season, in which they won 10 with 2 draws and had the lone loss to Australia in the opener in Pune city. Wrapping up the win appeared a formality for India when their openers walked out needing just 87 runs to seal the series, with all 10 second innings wickets intact.
If you don't have a team performance, you cannot be the number 1 team in the world. As simple as that. To win more games, especially test games, you have to have complete team performances, and that's the main reason why we are sitting here number 1 team in the world. And we have, quite a fair distance above the other teams. So, yeah, that makes me very proud as a captain, and all the guys in the change room are very, very happy with what they've been able to achieve and ending the season on a high.
The victory was even more special as skipper and team's premier batsman Virat Kohli was unavailable in the deciding contest. It sealed India's 7th series win in a row, dating back to their triumph in Sri Lanka in August 2015.
Meanwhile, Baloch activists and leaders staged demonstrations to mark the Baloch Occupation Day. Social media campaigns were also launched to spread awareness about the atrocities inflicted by Pakistan on the ethnic Baloch community. A report.
The pro-freedom Baloch political party Free Balochistan Movement or FBM held protests and awareness campaigns to mark the Balochistan Occupation Day on Monday. They held a demonstration and awareness campaign at the Berlin Gate in Germany. The protesters shouted slogans carrying placards and pictures of the victims of Pakistani state terrorism in Balochistan. On social media, the FBM activists and supporters used hashtag Balochistan is not Pakistan to highlight the alleged Pakistani state atrocities against the Baloch people since the illegal occupation of Balochistan in March 1948. Meanwhile, in Afghan capital Kabul, a seminar was organized by activists in Afghanistan. The Baloch and Afghan intellectuals, diplomats and journalists discussed the importance of Balochistan's independence and condemned Pakistan for illegally occupying the sovereign state of Balochistan. Baloch community has accused Pakistan for resorting to abuse, torture and human rights violations in southwestern Balochistan province to crush the community's demand for independence from the country.
In news from Afghanistan, the American University in Afghanistan reopens after an insurgent attack by Taliban that killed at least 16 people 7 months ago. Students expressed their excitement but also anxiety ahead of the classes.
The American University of Afghanistan prepared for the first day of classes on Tuesday, 7 months after a Taliban attack. Student enrollment is slightly up compared to last year. Signs of increased security could be seen across the campus, and orientation classes focused heavily on safety training. Tall concrete blast barriers now tower more than twice as high as the old stone walls, and guard towers and checkpoints are manned by heavily armed foreign security guards employed by a Canadian private security firm.
We've been focusing our orientation on security. We've made massive improvements and changes in our security over the last 7 months since the attack, so we can be able to open with a reasonable assurance that our students, faculty, and staff will be safe. So our big emphasis is on security, and we're able to do that because we've had a lot of great support from the U.S. government, U.S. Congress, and the United States Agency for International Development, which has funded some really massive improvements in our security.
While students arrived for new orientation sessions, the construction crew continued work on new classrooms and a cafeteria. The attack had shattered the university's image as an island of liberalism and learning in a country plagued by militant violence, and many had feared the institution would not fully recover.
Moving on, preparations are in full swing in India's northern Jammu and Kashmir province to welcome tourists in Asia's largest tulip garden. A large number of tourists visit the garden every year, giving a boost to tourism in the province.
Located in the foothills of the Zabarwan Hill in capital Srinagar and overlooking the famous Dal Lake, Indira Gandhi Memorial Tulip Garden is Asia's largest and attracts thousands of tourists from across the world. Reportedly, over 2 million tulips of 46 varieties have been planted in the garden spread over an area of 15 hectares.
हम अपने हिसाब से वी आर फुली प्रिपेयर्ड, हम फुली प्रिपेयर्ड हैं, तो कुछ ही दिनों में इंशाल्लाह गार्डन इनॉग्रेट होगा, तो टूरिस्ट्स आर वेलकम. हम रिक्वेस्ट करते हैं वो आएँ, देखें, हमारी मेहनत को भी देखें, सराहें.
A dedicated team of floriculture experts and gardeners were busy preparing the land, cutting the beds in different patterns and sowing the tulip bulbs.
जी बिल्कुल, वो काफ़ी ज़ोरों से चल रहे हैं. आप देखते होंगे इस वक्त चारों तरफ से काम चल रहा है बहुत तेज़ से. जी रस्सियाँ बांध रहे हैं, कहीं पे गुड़ाई करनी होती है, कहीं पे दवाई करनी होती है, सब काम चल रहे हैं इस वक्त.
By April, tulips are in full bloom in and around Srinagar, lending an ethereal atmosphere to the valley, which has been dubbed by many as paradise on earth. The average lifespan of the tulip flower is 3 to 4 weeks, but heavy rain or harsh summers can destroy them.
Devotees across India lined up outside temples to offer prayers on the first day of the Festival of 9 Nights on Tuesday. Different parts of India celebrate the festival in various ways, showcasing their unique traditions and customs.
Thousands of Hindu devotees across India converged at temples on Tuesday to mark the beginning of the festival of Navratri, the festival of 9 nights. The festival is known by different names and celebrated in varied ways in different parts of the country. Navratri is celebrated in honor of the 9 manifestations of Hindu goddess Durga. On day 1 of Navratri, temples were decked up with lights and other adornments as devotees queued up outside since early morning to offer prayers to the goddess. Devotees chanted hymns and offered fruits, flowers and clothes to appease the goddess.
JNK में आपस में तनाव रहता है, जिसको मद्देनजर रखते हुए हमारे ये लोग जो यहाँ पे आए हैं माता रानी से प्रार्थना करने आए हैं कि हमारे बीच में ऐसा तनाव ना हो और अमल और शांति से हम जीवन व्यतीत करें।
For Hindus, Navratri is one of the most auspicious times of the year. People often start new ventures during this time. During Navratri, one of the biggest Hindu festivals, many people observe fasts and some restrict their diet to fruits and vegetables, spurning meat, onions and garlic.
इस मंदिर की पूरे महाराष्ट्र में बहुत ज़्यादा मानता है। यहाँ पर जो भी मानता हम लोग करते हैं वह पूरी होती है।
Prayers, processions and musical programs mark the festival, which symbolizes the triumph of good over evil. In India, Navratri is celebrated twice in a year during the spring and the autumn seasons.
Well, that's the way it was in South Asia this evening. Before we conclude, the top stories once again. Security forces gun down a militant in India's Kashmir. India beats Australia by 8 wickets, regain Border-Gavaskar Trophy. An American university in Afghanistan reopens after devastating terror attacks 7 months ago. Now our viewers can watch the show on SouthAsiaNewsline.com. You can also visit us on Facebook.com/AsAsiaNewsline and follow us on Twitter @AsAsiaNewsline. Well, that's all in tonight's edition. We'll see you same time tomorrow. Good night.